This is my new winter project. 1958 Chevy front clip and 1958 Chevy rear box and a 2003 Dodge Cummins diesel cab and drivetrain. So I really want it to kind of flow, so I'm just kind of developing that right there right now. I'm going to weld that piece right across there so it kind of flows. I want it to bolt together, but it just doesn't look right. And I have that piece there, which I still have to kind of conform a little bit, grind it down a bit. What else? Got to put in that piece. And I'm working on my latches because I want the box or the end gate to latch. So I have to hook a wire from here down through there, down over. I'm probably going to put a handle right in there. So I'm working on my supports. Right now one go there, there's one up there that I have to throw in, and I got 3 other ones I'm going to throw in there just for extra support because I'm going to have another bike in the back of this truck. And the rear bumper, I know there's not much room here, but the rear bumper is actually right here behind me. I'm going to swing around. I'm going to use my regular marble trick with it. Marbles go in there, LEDs, and I'm going to weld that in here. And what else? I'm going to have to put offset rims so it actually pushes my tire in, because it's sticking out a little bit too far. I had to throw a piece of steel in there. And I had to cut that running board 4 3/4 inches out of it. And this fender here, man, I had problems with that thing. I bet you I cut that thing apart 4 times. Because it just, well, actually it doesn't look too bad now. But it just didn't look right. So I'll probably re-weld that back up again. But the only drawback is, I don't know if you can see it, the fender actually bows out now. And there's a chrome piece that I want to throw on there. And right now it's not fitting, and I have to figure out how to shrink it because it's right on that body line right there. That's where it bows out, so I actually have to shrink it back again. And it looks like an optical illusion. It looks like that whole front end is tipped up. It's actually not. It's just because of this dark stuff here. And the hood, I'll go back up here. I have to add an extra 4 inches onto that to make it look right. So I'm just kind of coming up with my template right now. And I'll come around with the front. Man, just not enough room here to show you everything. But I have the bumper mounted. Everything's all mounted up front. So there's the other side. And this fender here went on perfect. Of course, this was the second fender I did. I did the other one first. That's why I had to keep cutting it apart. And this one here, I didn't warp the front fender. Everything is fine. I have a cord dragging around because my battery's going dead. Whoops, sorry about the cord there. So that's the old wheel job. And this piece here, it didn't cut this far back. I extended it back just to make it look right. It was actually back about here. It was tighter. And unfortunately on these things, everything really doesn't match. So this rear fender, I had to lower it 1/2 inch and push it forward 3/4 inch. So the wheel well will match the tire. And This is this side. It's all done. I just have to, I'm going to bolt it in so I can pull everything apart. Just that, what I'm talking about is that piece there that's gripped on there. I'm going to put bolts in the side, 3 bolts along the back side. Had to extend my fender. I think that's 4 inches. But I'm going to leave the back side. It looks fine. So I'm going to leave the rear side exactly the way it is. And here's that latch. So we have another piece of metal that goes over top of all, whoops, sorry, I just dropped the cord. That's going to go over top of all this. And I'm going to put some lights in there, some side marker lights. And that's kind of about as far as I got. Oh, I extended this just so I could make it conform to the cab. I wanted everything to flow. I didn't want it to kind of look like an old box sitting on a newer truck. So as you can tell there, the gap, I'm trying to kind of keep it consistent. Of course I can't right here because it juts out. It just look goofy. So I'm, just like the other side, I'm going to round that just to make it look a little bit better. And we'll go back to the other side. And this is where, thank goodness I had an extra fender because I've cut pieces out to build my front fenders, the little extensions. There's a little piece right in here that I had to add in because when I cut that piece off, that piece went down here at the bottom. That's my cat going crazy. So yeah, it's actually been a ton of work, but I think I've been doing it a month and a half. I don't think that fender looks too bad with it lower in the front. That's a little bit higher in the back. But things change when you paint it, so I don't know, I'll see what happens when I prime it. And this is pretty cool. So this white cat, it actually plays fetch. I'll show you. Never known a cat that plays fetch. Come here, buddy. She's pretty awesome. And so keep doing updated videos as I get going again, and just had a couple days off here. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.